Okay, I don't know if this looks blurry or not, but it looks blurry on my screen. But I am ready to ramble. We've been apart for over a week now because I had a charger incident last week, and I sincerely apologize for that. Yeah, I went to Savannah and I lost my charger for my MacBook, even though I'm not really sure why I decided to bring. Okay, so this happens a lot. Let me interrupt myself. This happens a lot. A lot of times I'm like, I need to go away for the weekend for a work trip. So I'm going to bring my laptop to work. And then I never pull it out of my bag, but I somehow lose my charger. Explain that to me. I have no idea. But yeah, so I am excited to be back on here rambling with my crew on Tuesday nights. I had a birthday yesterday and I am entering a decade of life. So not much has changed except I'm actually up later, which is kind of crazy. I don't know if it's because I now require more caffeine or if it's because I've been going to the gym at night, but it is 10:47, guys, and I am still awake and I haven't even yawned yet. So that's pretty good. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Dallin, am I saying that correctly? I'll try. I try not to butcher people's names, but I'm honestly really bad at pronouncing things, even for the people that I know. So, yeah. Rambling birthday party. Yes, it is a rambling birthday party. I was gonna actually have like a drink with y'all tonight too, but I needed the hydration, so maybe that's something that's part of 30. I don't know. I do love having like the most gigantic water cups ever, though. So what have y'all done in the last 2 weeks since I haven't seen y'all since I unfortunately bailed? Some of y'all, however, jumped over onto Instagram last week, and that was pretty fun. Dale, what's up? Glad you're on here. Charlie, you made it over here too. Yeah, so we had a lot going on this last couple weeks. If you follow me on Instagram, then you saw that my husband did his little debut. No, I won't say little debut, but he did his wrestling debut this past week, which was the most fun ever. He was part of Nightmare Factory, the 9th class at Nightmare Factory in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was such a fun time. And I know we talk about wrestling on here from time to time. But yeah, so that was an absolute blast. My dad also came to his match. My whole family came to his match, and several friends too. But yeah, the main event guy, he was from Australia, and the Australian Hero actually was his name. And he ended up grabbing my dad and having him help him out with his match. So that was also a hoot, like absolute, so much fun. And I posted all that on Instagram, but we didn't get to talk about it because I hadn't been here yet. That was awesome watching your dad participate. Yeah, if you follow my dad too, he posted a couple of pictures that Charlie, who's on here, shot for us. I cut down some trees to be used as poles for a pole barn. Hey, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Tried to burn down an old water log table and chairs and bookshelf. What'd you try to burn it down with? Do you need a flamethrower? I am on here because it's Tuesday and that's where you gotta find me, right? Tuesday nights, we're on YouTube. But this time I went live on Instagram for a minute first. Just because I did this, because we didn't have a live on YouTube last week, I jumped on live on Instagram just to see if I could get any of y'all to come over there since I couldn't be on my computer. And it worked out decent. There was quite a few people that hopped on. It wasn't all of my same Tuesday night crew, but it worked out. Remember to like the video. You're my biggest advocate. Thank you. Gas and a lighter. Max, you need a flamethrower. I actually think we all need a flamethrower. We should all have a group, a flamethrower group. Adam, who uses Instagram, I know a few of y'all do. Bill was just on Instagram. Charlie was just on Instagram. Several other folks were on Instagram last week, and I appreciated that because otherwise all these people that hopped on just because it was on Instagram had no idea that we do this Tuesday night rambling, and that's okay that they don't because they should be over here, right? But they're not, and I just had to explain, like, yeah, on Tuesdays we ramble about literally everything. So if y'all want to talk about something that's not gun related or is gun related or is about a firearm accessory or something, we can talk about it. And I think we ended up talking about WrestleMania last week, which is fine. We can talk about literally whatever we want to. And that's what's fun about this, right? Please don't ever cut that beautiful hair. Thanks. I'm glad you think it's beautiful, but it's also self-aware, and we don't really have to worry about me cutting it because I get freaked out about getting my hair cut. I actually sometimes cut my hair myself, which doesn't always work out well, but it's okay. I actually kind of know someone that owns one. Who? Me or someone else? I wouldn't have found you if it wasn't for Instagram. Well, I'm glad that you found me because of Instagram, and I'm glad you're on here. If it's a lot more fun, it's a lot more fun lighting a cannon with a flamethrower. I absolutely agree. Bought an old military blazer. Thing is a beast. Okay, that's pretty cool. You do that this week? Unless you want to talk about going to WrestleMania. Look, we can talk about anything you want to. WrestleMania is on the table. We can talk about that. Exothermic flamethrower, yes. I actually have the LRT and the underbarrel flamethrower. So I have not tried the underbarrel one yet, but I am on a mission to build the ultimate zombie. I don't know if it's going to be a zombie specific or zombie apocalypse, just like in general related, but I'm taking, recommendations from y'all. So if there's anything that you think you absolutely need on a rifle for either the zombie apocalypse in general or specifically for zombies, let me know. Rachel, did you see Hannah Barron's latest post? No, I did not. Not yet. What did she say? Jamie's interested too. I've got the backpack for it, and even wait, what's going on? Oh, for the flamethrower? Okay, that's pretty cool. What do you use it for? You even make money on it. What do you use it for? Hey, Hootie Who's on here. What's up? Happy Tuesday. Also, okay, so we'll talk about this really quick. So I went live on Instagram last week. We all know that because I've said it like 4 times now. And when I was trying to get off, I kept stuttering over myself, right? And I ended it with "see you next Tuesday," which I know also is used to, I guess, be rude. And I did that again tonight, and I was like, dadgummit. I used to only work Tuesdays at Hooters too, and I'm like, why do I keep saying those 4 words in a row? Because also means something else, I guess. Anyway, yeah. Rainy days call for lots of caffeine. Oh, is that what her post said? Okay, because I actually think I did see that. And yeah, it does call for lots of caffeine. It didn't rain here today. It was actually beautiful though. But it's been raining the last few days, and all my plants have no idea what to do. It also was like whistling windy just a few minutes before I jumped on here. So I don't know if it's just gearing up for tomorrow because it's Wednesday or not. Also, that was a bad joke, but it kind of made me laugh in my head. I also made the joke to my husband right before I jumped on here, so it made me laugh twice. Where are we at? World War II documentary in the background. Yes, it is, actually. Rachel, I need help. My friend is pressuring me to try the new Peep Pepsi flavor. I'm sorry, I'm gonna choke. Those are like the 2 nastiest things I've ever heard of ever. So I'm from Atlanta. I'm a Coke girl. Either Coke or Dr. Pepper. We've definitely talked about that. But Pepsi Peeps? I don't even think I could convince my mom to try that. And she's one of those few rare people out there that I know actually enjoys a peep. But ugh. I did notice last time I was at the grocery store that they are crawling with peeps, and I think I'm gonna do a recipe video on this really neat treat that I think we should all try, and maybe I'll have that actually posted before Easter. I don't know. What is your recommended ear protection, plugs or muffs? Okay, so I thought I had some that I could reach from here because I have my range bag in here, but I don't. Um, okay, I honestly can't remember which they're walkers. I can't remember which specific brand they are, but it's a kind that sits on your neck and they're retractable. These are plugs and they're electronic, but you can pull out the cord, put them in your ears, and then when you're done, you can push the little button and it retracts in there, but it sits on your neck, so it doesn't squeeze your head. If you, I don't like wearing muffs all day, but if I have to, I will. Or if I'm going to be shooting, depending on what I'm shooting, if I'm going to be shooting something with crazy recoil or like full auto all day, I may do muffs, or I may do muffs and plugs. Hearing is important, and unfortunately, my family has hearing loss that runs genetically in our family. So I am trying to protect that as best I can. But I do use walkers. I have their razor, their electronic razor earmuffs that have the like cool gel part that touches your ear. Those are amazing because then your ears don't sweat as much. It's a thing. And also, if you are taking pictures or videos at the range, your hair gets sweaty. So I like those. They have so many different kinds of ears, and I can't remember. I'm pretty sure we've talked about this several times. I do have a discount. I'm pretty sure it's still active. It's 30% off if y'all want to try anything from Walkers. I'm happy to share. I can link stuff to you, but I honestly can't remember the names of everything. They also just got, I can't remember this. They have Fire Max ears that have a behind the neck band instead of an over the top, so you can wear it with a hat, which I think is super important occasionally. And if you know me, I like hats. I did get called out a couple of weeks ago for wearing hats every time I go live. So I've been trying to do a little bit less of that. But you know, I'm pretty sure there's like a hat right here and a hat right here. I got hats everywhere. I also have a hat for every occasion because you need one. But excuse me, I'm trying to fight off the hiccups. There's also a dog down there. Monty. Anyway, yeah, so walkers is what I use. And I literally have I have so many different pairs. I have a pair that I use just for yard work. I have a pair that I use. I actually have this pair. I do have this one close by. I just got these for the gym. I have not tried them yet. But I'm excited about them. So my biggest problem with using those for the gym is that I always forget that I have them for the gym, and I've been using some of the the noise canceling ones that I typically bring on the airplane with me, and I kind of love those for the gym too. So it'll be interesting to like try these. These are a sport ear, and a lot skinnier, so it might be nice. But yeah. As far as for the range, though, the ones that sit on your neck, those are my favorite, like hands down, because you can leave them there. You don't have to, you can take them out of your ear. They just retract right back in. I'm still rambling about this, and I probably will for a little while longer unless I read some comments. So, setting things on fire, gun range that I live. Oh, this is what you use your flamethrower for. Cool. And people were giving you money to play with it. That's awesome. I actually took mine out to the range too because we've been having like a ton of tornadoes come through here lately. Just like terrible weather. And we actually had a dam not too far from here bust this week. Luckily not going to bother us because it's south of us, but yeah, there's been a lot going on around here. Anyway, my gun club too ended up having a ton of trees down and then a few more that we need to drop. And I took the flamethrower out there, and I think we're gonna have to go back a few more times to get the rest of it done. So you were on last week's IG live for a bit. Well, I'm glad you joined us. Best of Coke and Pepsi is RC Cola. I can't do that one either, sorry. Nope. Peeps are gross. Pepsi Peeps is an abomination. I completely agree. I feel like it might be my calling in life to destroy all peeps just so that people don't suffer from them. Like, ugh. I will say when I did the peep video, that was probably the most interesting look I've ever gotten from a cashier trying to check out all those peeps. Um, Pepsi is best by itself. No, I can't do Pepsi. It's gross. My parents like Diet Pepsi, but I can't do any of that. Also, you can very easily tell a difference between Pepsi and Coke. They're not even close to the same. And my husband tried to trick me on this one time, and he's like, "You can't tell the difference between the two." So he gives me two different beverages to try, and I'm like, "Yeah." So neither one of these is Coke. One of them was Pepsi, and one of them was Dr Pepper. But you can absolutely tell the difference between all of them. So if you can't, then you probably have taste bud issues. Can't get 30-30 ammo locally. What new rifle should you get? Well, okay, what are you going to be using it for? I guess is the best question. 5.56. Are we talking just calibers in general? Hello from Kentucky. What's up? Glad you're on here. And thank you for the birthday wishes. How did you get Nightmare Factory tickets? Okay, so my husband was part of Nightmare Factory's 9th group. So, and they did a show, they just had their showcase this past week. So that is how I was at Nightmare Factory's event this past week. Their gym also isn't too far from us. So they have Nightmare Fitness and Nightmare Factory. I like Dr. Pepper. Me too. I still have not. Okay, so if you've been on here for a while, not tonight, but in general, like following along for a while, I still have all the Dr. Pepper, all the Dr. Pepper dinosaur series. Well, I don't have all of them. I have like 5 of them. I think there was 8. But there's like 3 that I never saw in stores, and I still kind of want the rest of them. But I don't think I'm gonna drink them unless I have duplicates. Also, they're technically expired now, but I just wanted them for the picture. Cheer wine. Okay, so my husband is from North Carolina. I'm very familiar with cheer wine. I have tried it, but I did not really like it. Not my thing. I also don't like Mountain Dew, but my dad loves Mountain Dew. Coke is gross. What? Adam, we can still be friends because that just means I have more for myself, but yeah, Coke is not gross. Okay, so obviously I'm in Atlanta, so the Coke factory is here too. That was probably one of the more interesting things to visit around here because you can try all the different Cokes from around the world or drinks that they have around the world that Coke makes. Some of those are absolutely disgusting. Like, I don't understand at all. Some of them were kind of good, like variations of Coke, but some of them just make no sense flavor wise. I don't get it. Definitely a difference in northern Minnesota Pepsi. No, no, no. I will also say this too, Dr. Pepper, I'm pretty sure Dr. Pepper is like independent, and depending on where it's bottled, it's either bottled by Coke Pepsi. I might be wrong. But every now and then you get like a weird Dr. Pepper flavor. And then I give them to my sister because she doesn't care as much. I might be particular. I guess this is the conversation of tonight. We're talking about Coke. Pepsi tastes like Coke and Coke tastes like Pepsi. Oh, interesting. Okay. Huh. Well, maybe someday when I get to Germany, I will know. I'm hoping to do some traveling this year. I thought that we were looking at going to France and going to Normandy for D-Day, but I don't know if we're going to make it this year just because we have a couple of other trips that have come up. I have a friend that is looking at getting married, a destination wedding, so I may go out with her to figure out where and when and how we're going to do this. My husband and I are also doing a couple of other trips this year, so yeah, I don't know when or where the next big trip out of the country will be. Mexican Coke is great, and they use okay. Mexican Coke, very tasty. when you can get the bottles at like a real, like authentic Mexican restaurant, very good. Love that. I have 3 commemorative Pepsi glass bottles when Pepsi turned 100. That's pretty cool. I will say I like commemorative stuff like that. Like obviously I've got the dinosaurs. I had a nitro Pepsi, nitrogen infused draft Pepsi. It didn't taste like anything like Pepsi. Interesting. Budweiser tastes better in Germany as well. I can imagine that different beers would taste better in Germany. Next year will be the 80th anniversary of D-Day. Okay, so maybe I'll wait and go for that. Maybe I'll wait because I think I've talked about this before on here. But if not, or if you're new, then maybe I don't know. If you haven't seen The Girl Who Wore Freedom, I highly recommend it. It was an absolutely incredible movie about Normandy, about D-Day, and about how they remember it over there. And honestly, it made me cry on an airplane while I was flying to, I can't remember where, but it was a long flight. And I watched that movie. I definitely cried on the plane. I hate crying on the plane because I was sitting next to 2 strangers. They were probably like, oh my gosh, why is this girl crying? It was also mostly in French. So it was a lot of reading. But you really would get over it really fast because it was a good movie. Documentary, obviously. And yeah, I don't know. I just highly recommend it. I don't want to think about it too much in case it makes me cry again because maybe I'm sensitive now in my 30s. I don't know. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, The Girl Who Wore Freedom, it's a good movie, and it's kind of why I didn't realize that they did all of this in Normandy for the D-Day anniversary, but they go all out. So I really want to get over there and be there one year for it. Preferably either this year or next year would be really cool, but we'll see if we can make it. I just cheers myself. All right, cheers all of y'all. Pop talk. Is that what we're doing tonight? Okay, I thought it was full of energy, but now that it hit 11, it's like dwindling down very quickly. You can storm the beach of Normandy. The tactic rifleman was going to Normandy and jump out of a plane. Oh, I saw those videos you're talking about. Rachel, did you get my DM on IG? I don't know. I have not been. I'm really bad at checking DMs. I will check them after this and see if I got it or not. Sounds like Das Boot. So in German with English subtitles. Okay, so my Netflix has been sending me a bunch of suggestions that are all like French movies or French shows that are dubbed with English, which sometimes it doesn't work right because the voices that they pick for these people, you might as well just be reading the subtitles. It's just better that way because it doesn't look as funny. But yeah, I've been getting like so many different country shows recently, and I don't mind it, but I haven't watched all of them. Some of them are kind of silly. I've also been getting a bunch of recommendations for different survival shows. I think I ended up talking about this on IG last week, but I just watched Snowflake Mountain, which was entertaining. And they actually did a lot better than I was expecting them to in Alaska. I also watched Outlast, and I think I talked about that on here. But that one was kind of like a Survivor and Alone knockoff. I would say that was probably not my favorite, but I don't know. They were all interesting. It also seemed like as soon as it got down to 2 teams, they were like, let's just end this now. And I was not expecting it to end that quickly, but I don't know. Any of y'all seen either one of those shows? D-Day falls around my birthday. I always wanted to go for my birthday. Hey, you should totally go. I hope you do get to go. I really hope that we either get to go this year or next year. I think that would be a very cool trip to get to go on. Anybody else do anything cool this past weekend or these past 2 weeks since it's been a while since I hopped on here? We've got what do we have coming up? I guess the next big thing coming up is NRA here in a couple of weeks. This week's WrestleMania, and then next week is Easter and my husband's birthday. I might be the older one in the relationship. I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, then it's NRA and Indy. So is anybody going to be out there for that? That is the next big question I have. The only thing that I've done, I passed my exam in class. Hey, congratulations. That's exciting. Who wants to surf the... What's going on? Who's surfing? Oh, man. I really did just get tired. I'm not going to yawn, but I did just get tired. And I forgot to turn my notifications off, so I apologize if there keeps being like a little dinging in the background. That is my Facebook. Sorry, guys. Oh, this dog is out. I wish I could see him. I don't know if I can. No, that's not going to work. You need a moon pie. Yeah, that would probably help. I'm looking for a snack. I found a pack of crackers, but I don't want to eat those. Did you see the planetary alignment tonight? No, I didn't, but I think I saw what you're talking about. I don't know if it was, I think you could see it yesterday maybe, or the day before. But no, I did not see it tonight. Rachel, Star Ocean is popular video game series. Oh, okay. That's speaking a whole different language. Because I am not video game savvy. I like to think that I could be, but I can't. I mean, right now I have no idea what I would be doing trying to play video games. I get disoriented really bad on video games, especially when you've got like all the little sticks to spin yourself around. I can go like one direction at a time. So I can either like turn, like rotate, or I can look up and down, but I can't do both at the same time. Otherwise I'd like end up upside down, and then I end up upside down in real life because I'm trying to like figure it all out. So not my thing, but maybe it could be. Maybe I could try it. I've always wanted to play Ark, for obvious reasons. And I think that I'm gonna try. I don't know. We'll see. I beat the remake of Dead Space. Take your time and you'll get used to it. Yeah, I would have thought that too. The best that I do is play like Mario Party, and that's a lot of fun. But I'm playing Ark right now. You're playing Ark and you're talking on here. That is multitasking. I appreciate you being on here while you're playing games. I also found out you can like well, okay, so I had breakfast with one of my friends today, and her 9-year-old plays Ark, and she was telling me that he figured out how you could like go into a mode where you don't die or you don't lose everything or something. But yeah, he plays Ark a bunch, so I would like to play. I'd like to try that. Maybe here soon if I ever finish my office and like actually build out what I want to. Oh no, I would butcher that name. Bill, sound that out for me. Crested today at 28 feet after the rainfall over the weekend. Goodness. That is deep. I played Premiere Pro. Yeah, but I don't even play that very well because I haven't edited a video in a while. And every time I try to edit a video, Premiere Pro throws some crazy new like update at me. And then I'm like, yes, I finished the video. And then boom, you export it. And all of the colors are messed up now because they updated something to where if you film on an iPhone, it doesn't work. Oak mold green. What? Okay, I was gonna say I don't need to see an R in there, but we are from Georgia, so you can just like throw a random R anywhere you want to, I guess. Which I actually do because I throw an R in Washington. Yeah. Anyway, Delance. Yeah, I really hate Premiere. What is the sign beside you? Okay, so I have a Sinclair sign. I don't know if I can. I don't want to mess this up, but it's just a giant neon Sinclair sign that's not plugged in that I need to hang on my wall. I had it hanging in a different room, but now that this is my office, it's eventually going to hang in here. um, I'm trying to get into the Xbox 360 games. Oh, 660 game called Too Human. That's interesting. Okay, so I also have a friend. Does anybody do like VR gaming? I'll wait and see if anybody does that. I'm here and driving a semi. Oh my goodness. I won't tell. Robert, you do VR games? I have pretty cool, especially shooters. Okay, so one of my friends, he like created a VR game. And it literally just launched. So it's called Ghost of Tabor. And I'm gonna butcher it if I try to explain like the game. I think it could be compared to like Escape from Tarkov. I think that's a game. But yeah, I'll butcher it if I try to explain it. So I just recommend, if that's something that you've done or played, like check it out. I'd love to hear your feedback on it if you know how to play those kind of games. I've never done anything VR except I don't even know what kind of game it was. Basically put the goggles on and it did the whole jump on the elevator and you can walk off, and that was kind of weird. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway, can't Xbox doesn't do VR. Well, I did not know. I don't even know what does VR. So I just know that he has that game. It's called Ghost of Tabor. Um, I may try to. What do y'all do? Do y'all do Instagram or TikTok, or I'm not sure what else they're on, but I can give you a link to it, I think. Actually, I cannot. Heard of it. Okay, you've heard of it. That's cool. Well, if you ever play it, please let me know what you think, because I would love to give him. I mean, I'm sure he has like all the feedback he needs since it's launched and they had like their beta testing and all that kind of stuff. But it literally just launched. Um, St. Patty's Day weekend, actually, they had their launch party and then it launched last week. So I don't know. I know they have some crazy huge things in store for them, and I am really excited to see what all happens for him, because he's definitely very passionate about this, and I wish I knew how to play, but I sure don't. So, okay, I'm gonna post a link to their Instagram. Well, maybe I'm not. Maybe I am, if it will work. Ghost of Tabor. I will say I've been enjoying. I keep watching all of their reels that they post, and I have been enjoying watching um all the different stuff that you can do in this game. Again, I just don't know how to. I just don't know how to. This is not pulling up for me. Interesting. You know what's really fun about Instagram and about social media in general is you can follow an account and it will still block you from looking for it. Like I can't even find this account right now. It says there's no user found. I wonder if something happened to them. I know it's still on TikTok because I see all those. Anyway, well, I will not post it here. Maybe I'll post it in a link after we jump off of live, because I don't want to ignore the screen, obviously, because y'all are all on here right now, and I'm sure you don't want to just sit here and watch me look up an account. So yeah. Anyway, if you do VR, check it out. I'd love to hear what you think. PlayStation does VR. That's pretty cool. I've got Medal of Honor on the Oculus VR headset, but I haven't tried it yet. Okay. Well, if you do, I'd love to hear how that goes too. I have talked to a few people and they've told me about like needing to get your VR legs, or having to take like either putting like a fan in your room or something so you don't get dizzy or sick. But yeah, at some point I think I'd like to try it. I'm looking for the Ghost of Tabor page. I'm gonna look one more time because it's just bothering me that it's not popping up. And I literally follow it. Makes no sense. You would think that if you follow a specific page, Instagram would let you actually see it, right? Okay, I found it. Oh boy, that's not that's not what I thought I was sharing. Let's try this one more time. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, I just posted it in the comments so y'all can check it out too. Hey, Bobby's on here. What's up? I'm sure my parents would love to see you again too. And maybe we can get you out of here sometime. Are you going to give your dad a grandson or a granddaughter anytime soon? He's a great role model. Thank you. I think he is a great role model. In God's timing, I'm sure that will happen. We want kids, so at some point. Josiah, thank you and glad you're on here. What's up? Yeah, anyway, so I posted that game on here. Or at least I posted their Instagram page. So y'all should check it out if you play VR. Whew. Last time I tried VR was the Virtual Boy by Nintendo. Interesting. I have no idea what that is. But I'm sure it's probably interesting. I feel like Duck Hunt would be really fun in VR. I don't know. Not much. Zeroed my rifle today and shot some steel with my 45. Hey, that's a good day. That's only Tuesday. My dog is kind of confused. He's always confused on nights that I stay up late, but he's definitely confused right now. So he keeps like stretching. He's in this general area trying to sleep. Hey, Mom, what are you doing? That's fun. VR messes with you because of the short focus. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I just heard if you like put a fan in your room, it kind of can help with that. But again, I have no idea. He's so sweet when he's sleepy. Just for kicks, show a picture from your childhood and how far you've come. Adam and I were talking about that a few days ago. Tell him I said hey too. Anna just posted a picture of us from, I think it was the one that was in our third grade yearbook or our fourth grade yearbook yesterday. Hey, Brett from Tactical RX is on here. Great shooting glasses. If y'all have never tried them, you should at least look them up. But anyway, sorry, Bobby, I got off track. Yeah, Anna just posted one of those pictures yesterday, and I was like, tag on. I mean, I still look like me, but obviously that was a long time ago. So also crazy to think that I've had some friends for over 20 years. Pretty crazy. But yeah, okay, so I am probably going to start wrapping this up. Only because it's almost 11:30, so it should be past my bedtime because I need to wake up early tomorrow. We'll see if I do because I usually stay up for a while after I get off here because I'm like, I'm tired. But then I go to bed and I'm like, I'm so stimulated because I just talked and rambled for an hour. But yeah, anyway. Virtual Boy was a disaster. Everything was in red and gave you headaches in 30 minutes. That sounds terrible. Asher, you're just gonna jump on here now. You're late. Yeah, it's been crazy. I had a friend for most of 50 years. Show us a Chadzilla wrestling photo. I don't know if I can add photos on here. Can I? I can start a Q&A or I can start a poll. Those are my options. Yeah, I cannot show a Chadzilla wrestling photo on here, but he has his own profile. So if y'all want to go look at it. Also, whenever they have a showcase that will be released on Nightmare Factory's page. So whenever that comes out, I can share that if y'all actually want to watch it. Love your live feeds. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. I really just ramble about literally anything. And today it was like 20 minutes of talking about Coke. So, like Coke and Pepsi, just to clarify. Um, that's a long time, eh? Okay. Is Chad gonna switch careers and do wrestling? I have no idea. I don't think so. I think if anything, he will do both, like engineer by day, wrestler by evening, or engineer by weekday, wrestling by weekend. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just see. We'll just kind of see how it goes or where it goes. I've been up since 4 a.m. Probably should go to bed. Yeah, I think you probably should. Okay, so Monty, this little where here we go. You can see my hand. This little guy right here. I think he woke me up at like 6, which isn't bad. But I was like, all right, it's 6 a.m. I'm gonna take the dog out and give him breakfast, and maybe I should go to the gym. And then I sat back down and I was like, maybe I'm gonna snooze for like 30 more minutes, which ended up being an hour. I tried though. I tried. And then I went and met Ashley for lunch or breakfast, which was nice. But yeah, so I don't know. 4 a.m. is pretty early. You're pushing 24 hours here. But yeah, I think that will call it a night. Oh wait, Asher, you were at a hockey game? That's pretty fun. I was bummed that you were not going to go to the gathering either because I ended up not knowing a whole bunch of people that were going to be there. And then also ended up not there. But that's 2 I've missed, which I am pretty bummed about. I also saw there's a CanCon in Arizona coming up, which is interesting. I think they're doing CanCon in Georgia in November and then Arizona in April. I think it's in April. But yeah, that's pretty cool. There are a lot of other events that I'd like to make it to this year, but I'm just not sure I'm going to be able to do it. My last year was completely filled with like, I couldn't even tell you. I mean, it was events. They're touch and go for like every single weekend for the first few months of this year or last year. And I I have enjoyed a slower year this year, but yeah. Oh boy. All right. Well, I am going to call it a night. I appreciate you all jumping back on here, and I missed y'all all last week, and I cannot thank you all enough for all the birthday wishes. It has been a good one, and I'm hoping to be able to. I think that some of my friends and I are going to get together and go to Nashville here in a little bit. So maybe like summer or maybe early fall. But yeah, we'll all celebrate because there are several of us that didn't get together for their 30th either. And I don't know, we're gonna do something fun. It always picks up in the spring. It's the spring and the fall are the craziest. Usually summer isn't quite as busy, but yes. Dale, good night. Thanks for being on here. Josiah, good night. Adam, CanCon is a Recoil magazine event that is obviously suppressor focused, which is the can part of CanCon. But yeah, they did their first one last year in Georgia. Excuse me, close to Savannah, Georgia. And then they're doing 2 this year. So they're doing kind of like Blade Show, but they're doing CanCon on East and West Coast, or not quite West Coast because it's Arizona, but that side of the world, the United States. Colton, good night. Thanks for being on here. Bill, Girls Weekend at the Cabin is obviously something I'll never miss, Lord willing. JC, good night. Thanks for being on here. Astro Guide, thanks for jumping on. Glad to know you have a flamethrower. Very cool. And we have, it sounds like we have matching flamethrowers, so that's pretty even cooler. Idaho Rifleman, thank you for the birthday wishes. Jathan, glad you're on here too. Charlie, I hope I will hold another of my own events, but I got a lot of work to do before we do that. So anyway, thank you again, guys. I enjoyed talking with you all, and I will see you all next week. Good night.